You know that afternoon slump? That mental fog you just can't seem to shake? Or waking up feeling like you barely slept at all? If any of that sounds familiar, well, you've come to the right place. In this explainer, we are going to decode fatigue and look at what science says you can actually do about it. It's one of the most common feelings in our modern world, right? That constant sense of being totally drained no matter how much you think you're sleeping. But what if it's something more than just being tired?
And let me tell you, it is not just in your head. Our crazy schedules, the daily stress, and even some of our habits create a very, very real energy drain. The good news, though, it often has clear causes that we can actually do something about.
All right, first up, the universal energy drain. Let's get really specific about what this feeling is and, why it seems like everyone is dealing with it.
So, the key here is to understand we're not just talking about being a little sleepy. We're talking about fatigue, and that is a whole different beast. It's a deep, persistent exhaustion that a good night's sleep just can't seem to fix. So, let's get into part 2, decoding your fatigue. We're going to dive into the why and really try to understand what's going on inside our bodies.
Okay, this is the most important distinction. See, tiredness is normal. It's that simple lack of energy you feel after a long day, and you know what? It gets better with rest. But fatigue is this deep, persistent exhaustion that just lingers and lingers no matter how much sleep you get.
And here's a crucial point. Fatigue isn't really a diagnosis, it's a symptom. Think of it like the check engine light on your car. It's a warning signal from your body telling you that something is off in one of these areas. Could be your sleep quality, or maybe that constant low-grade stress that's messing with your hormones.
And for most of us, it is almost never just one single thing. It's usually a combination of factors. I like to think of your energy like a battery on your phone. It's being slowly drained by all these different apps running in the background. A poor diet, high stress, not enough restorative sleep, they all play a part.
So, part 3, fueling your foundation. Where do we even begin to build our energy back up? Well, it all starts with the basics. Diet and lifestyle. The concept here is actually pretty simple. A diet that's heavy in sugar and processed foods, it's like putting your energy on a roller coaster. You get these sharp peaks followed by really exhausting crashes. But a diet based on whole foods, protein, and fiber, well, that provides the stable, steady fuel your body was actually designed to run on.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. Before we even think about reaching for a quick fix, we have to prioritize the foundation. And that means balanced nutrition, regular exercise to get the blood flowing, and finding effective ways to manage our stress.
Okay, on to our 4th section, the supplement question. So once that foundation is solid, how can supplements offer targeted support? And maybe more importantly, when should we even be considering them?
All right, and I have to be really clear about this. This part is completely non-negotiable. Supplements are not a replacement for professional medical care. It is absolutely crucial to speak with a doctor, get some blood tests done, and identify if you have any actual deficiencies before you start taking anything.
So this table is fascinating because it maps specific nutrients to the roles they play in our energy. For instance, if you're feeling cold all the time and just severely tired, that could be a sign of low iron. Brain fog? That might be linked to vitamin B12. Then you have things like coenzyme Q10, which literally helps generate energy inside your cells, or adaptogens, which are herbs that help your body get better at handling stress. Even creatine, which we usually associate with the gym, is being studied for its ability to boost mental energy. This is a fantastic starting point for a conversation with your doctor.
All right, our final section, your energy action plan. How do we take all of this and actually put it into practice?
Here it is. This is your roadmap to sustainable energy. And it's a holistic approach for a reason, because each of these parts supports all the others. Think about it. Getting better sleep makes it way easier to choose healthier foods, and regular exercise, it's one of the best ways to manage stress. They all work together. And finally, we have to touch on a really critical point. While all these lifestyle changes are incredibly powerful, you must see a doctor if your fatigue is happening alongside any of these symptoms. These are serious red flags that should never, ever be ignored.
Look, feeling this wiped out can be so frustrating, but the real power is in understanding that it often has manageable causes. By identifying what drains you and then making small, consistent changes, you can actually start to reclaim your energy. So the real question is, what's the one small step you're going to take this week?